Jai Hind everyone, this is Pragati Pandey with the new part of this video. In this video, we will start our next chapter, that is chapter number 3. We have completed chapter number 2. First chapter we have completed, that was integers, and the second chapter we have completed, that is fraction. Now we will start the third chapter, that is data handling. Okay. So students, this is your first chapter. This is your third chapter, that is data handling. So first of all, we will see that what is data handling, what does this chapter contains. Okay, you know what data is the collection of information. That means if we have a collection of different informations, that is our data. So these informations should be kept in systematic order. Okay, so in this chapter we will just discuss that system through which a data can be manipulated. That means the systematic arrangement of any data, any document, that is the data handling. So it is clear with the chapter name, that is data handling. In this chapter we will handle the data. That means we will learn how to handle a data, a random data or any other raw data. Okay, so basically the thing which is to be done while handling the data is that first of all we have to decide the criteria. Okay, we have to decide the criteria on which we will keep this data. That means what is first of all the area of the data, that means in which area did it belong and how to handle that data. Basically the collection of data is done. Okay, then after we will see the changes, the differences and the similarities between these data. Okay, then after we will present these data. So for presentation we have tabular method, pie chart method, bar graph method, line graph method and various other graphical representation. Okay, so we will see this in this chapter. Okay, you can see that there are 3 tables given here. So you can see that table 3.1, temperature of cities as on 26 2006. In this table basically the temperature variation of different cities is given. You can see that Ahmedabad, its maximum and minimum temperature is given. Beside that Amritsar, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Jaipur, Jammu, Mumbai. So the temperature of these cities has been given. Okay, so basically you can see that the data is present in the tabular form. Okay, so what we have to do, this is the main thing. You can see here that we can compare the maximum and minimum temperature over here, and we can also represent this in the graphical form and show the maximum and minimum changes, differences between the temperature of these cities. So handling is the best thing. Okay, so we will go through the criteria which is asking about. You can see that table 3.2, it is showing the football world cup 2006. Okay, you can see that Ukraine beat Saudi Arabia by 4-0. So basically we usually represent any data via data handling. Okay, you can see that in table 3.3, this is pictograph representation, data showing weekly absentees in a class. Okay, you can see that here it is a pictograph in which we represent any data via pictures. You can see in Monday that is 3 absentees, in Tuesday it is 1 absentee, Wednesday there is no any absentee, and Thursday it has 5 absentees. That means basically here the representation of data is taken place. Okay, so earlier I have told you that first thing is that collection of the data. Basically we usually found the data in the raw form. That means it is unorganized data. Okay, so first of all we will put these data into organized form. For that we have the data and we will collect the data from different areas. Then after we will just organize it into its characteristics. Okay, so here in this collecting data, the collection methods is given. After collection, I have told you that organization of data is taken place. That means first of all we have collected the data which is in the raw form, and after that we will organize the data into its characteristics. Okay, now here is a table in which Neelam's colleague helped her organize the data in the following ways. You can see that this is table 3.4. You can see that Neelam is a teacher. Suppose Neelam is a teacher and she has organized his class data. Okay, so he has kept the roll number of the students in one block. In another block she has written the names of the students. Then after marks out of 50, the marks obtained by these students out of 50. Then after roll number 6, their names and their marks out of 50. You can see that this is the organized form of any data. Another table is here in which it is also giving the roll number 3 Ashish, his marks is 48. You can see here that here it is 3 and 4, here it is 6 and 8, here it is 10 and 5. That means here it is the roll numbers are present, the data is kept here, but it is not organized. You can see that here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. That means it is sequence data. So going through this data will give efficient product. But if we go through this data, we have to just find each and every point from this data. So anyone should go with table 3.4, that is upward table. Okay, this is wrong method of organizing data. This is the right method of organizing data. Now we will move to our exercise. Okay, before going to exercise we will see a topic, that is range. The difference between the highest and the lowest observation gives us an idea of the spread of the observation. Basically, you know that if we have data, that means we have random data, and in that we have suppose 100 data. Okay, in that we have suppose 100 data, and we have to just find the range of that data. Okay, if we want to find the range of the data, that means the range to which each and every data belongs. So what we will do, we will find the range. For finding range, we will do what? We will guess the highest observation, that means the value of the highest. If you write from numbers from 1 to 100, you can see that you have 100, that is the highest number. Okay, and the lowest number is 1. So what you will do, you will find the difference between these two highest and the lowest observation, that is 100 and 1. You will get 99, and the value 99 will be the range of the observation. Now we will see this with an example. Okay, you can see here the ages of teachers is given: 60, 40, 30, 25, 58, 67, 23, 24. Okay, you can see that which is the greatest number. You can see that 67 is the greatest number and the smallest number is 23. Okay, so for finding the range, difference of lowest and highest value. Okay, so what we will do, we will have 67 the highest value minus 23 the lowest value. Okay, we will get 44. this is our range. Okay, so moving to our exercise, we will see each and every question. So here is our question number 1. Find the range of height of any 10 students of your class. Okay, so in this question we will suppose the height of the students. Let's suppose the height of the students as here. Question number 1, exercise 3.1. So this is the question number 1. In that it is asking about the range of height of any 10 students. So we will take this value in centimeters. You can see that 100, 102, 103, 4, 105, 102, 104, 106, 99, 102 and 105. This is the range of 10 students. This is the height of 10 students in centimeters. You will find the range of height. So what we will do, we will just see the highest number. Highest number is 106. You can see that this is the highest number, and the lowest one is 99. Range will be 106 minus 99, that will be 7. This will be our answer. Okay, now we will move to the next question. Question number 2. Organize the following marks in class assessment in a tabular form. Suppose this is the marks of the students, that is 4, 6, 5, 3, 7, 5, 4, 5, 2, 6, 2, 5, 1, 9, 6, 5, 8, 4, 6, 7. This is the marks of the student. You have to organize this data. Okay, so what you will do, you will write the serial number. Okay, and after that you will write these numbers and answer one by one all the 4 parts. First part is which number is the highest. You can see that 9 is the highest number. Second one is which number is the lowest. 1 will be the lowest. You can see that 1 will be the lowest. What is the range of the data? You will subtract the highest minus lowest and find the arithmetic mean. So before going through arithmetic mean, we will see how to find the arithmetic mean of any number, any data. Okay, this is the arithmetic mean. It is the sum of observation divided by the number of observation. So mean is equal to sum of observation upon number of observation. It is also known as average. Okay, it is also known as average of any observation. So with an example we will see this. Here is an example. Here is a data 5, 8, 7, 9, 4, 2, 3, and in the question it is asking about the mean. Find arithmetic mean. So what you will do, you will go through this. Mean is equal to sum of observation upon number of observation. So sum of observation means all the observation should be added. So here you can see that 5 plus 8 plus 6 plus 9 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3. Sum of observation is this, and you can see that the number of observation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So number of observation is 7 and sum of observation is this. We will add the value, we will get 37, and so number of observation will be 7. Then after we will divide this and get the value. Okay, so basically mean of any number is the average of all the observation. If we have 10 number of observation, we will apply 10 over there as number of observation. So going through exercise 3.1, our question. Okay, you can see that this was our question and we are on 4th part. So find the arithmetic mean. What we will do, we will just count the observation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have number of observation is equal to 20, and the sum of observation will be the sum of all these numbers. Okay, 4 plus 6 10 plus 7 17 plus 5 22 plus 3 25 plus 5 30 plus 4 34 plus 5 39 39 plus 2 41 plus 6 47, 49, 49 54, 55, 55 64, 64 plus 6 75, 75 plus 8 83, 83 plus 4 87, 87 plus 6 80, 87 plus 6 93 plus 7 100. So we have number of observation is equal to 20 and the sum of observation is 100. We can see here that number of observation will be 20 and sum of observation will be 100. Then after we will cut the values and give the resultant product, that will be our answer. 20 when divide 100 it will be 5. So our answer will be 5. Okay. Now question number 3, find the mean of first 5 whole number. So you know that whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5 whole numbers. You will find the mean of this. Now question number 4, a cricketer scores the following runs in 8 innings. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. In 8 innings he has got this. So you will just add all the numbers and number of observation will be 9 and sum of observation will be addition of these numbers. So your assignment work is question number 1, 2, 3, 4 of exercise 3.1. Okay, and after that we will discuss in next lecture. And you have to prepare the notes of the chapter, that is what is range, what is mean, arithmetic mean, collection of data and data handling. All this you have to prepare notes on that. You have to try question number 5 also, but I will tell in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you class.